NASA has announced their newest team that will be heading off into space on the Artemis III. They announced earlier today the 4 astronauts that will be part of the next mission in the agency's program. So to talk all about it, we bring in Pablo de Leon, the director of the University of North Dakota's Human Spaceflight Laboratory. Pablo, looks like you are there on the scene. You are busy.
Yes. I'm in the center of action, very close to the Kennedy Space Center. So today, as you mentioned, NASA announced the 4 astronauts who will be taking part in the Artemis III mission. So we are all very excited because this is, taking place in a few months from now.
And why is this mission so important? Obviously, we want to return humans to the moon by 2028, but what specifically about this Artemis III mission and these 4 astronauts is important?
Well, this is important because for the first time, they will be testing 2 different lunar modules, 2 different vehicles that will be landing on the moon. So this is a Earth orbit test of this system. They will be testing for one side, the SpaceX system, and also the Blue Origin. So there are 2 companies who are in competition that will be in Earth orbit, connecting with the Orion spacecraft, and NASA astronauts will have the chance to review both vehicles in space.
You brought up Blue Origin. How does the recent explosion of a Blue Origin rocket, I'm hearing that could possibly complicate this mission. How so?
Well, let me mention something. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were I was just less than a mile from where actually the explosion occurred. And let me tell you, that felt like an earthquake. It was absolutely impressive, the explosion. And we all thought it was going to be a delay for the people of Blue Origin. They were checking the launch pad, and also they have spare rockets. So they are trying to find the reason of the accident. And they said that before the end of the year, they will do another launch, and they will be able to keep up and be ready for next year at Artemis III mission.
You mentioned that this is all to demonstrate systems needed for Artemis IV. Artemis IV is the big deal, right? That
Yes.
is the main mission here.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
Well, that is returning to the moon after 50-something years. Humans never returned to the moon after the Apollo flights, and this will be a new era of human spaceflight with the intention of creating this permanent base on the moon, which is the largest project that NASA probably never made, even bigger than the International Space Station. We're talking here of a permanent outpost, a permanent human outpost on the moon. And as you can imagine, there are many different implications because China is also interested in having their own base on the moon. So here we are in a kind of a space race again.
Yeah, the race to the moon. Anything stand out to you about these 4 astronauts who were chosen for this mission?
Well, 3 of them are veterans of previous space flights. This is also including Luca Parmitano, an astronaut from Italy, who have a lot of experience in being in the International Space Station. So it's a very seasoned crew, most of them, and the mission that they will do is extremely complex. So, look forward to it. It will be, in 6 or 8 months from now, and all the preparations are taking place here at the Kennedy Space Center. It's amazing to see it, how things are moving. Yesterday, there was one of the Blue Origin rockets just moving through the streets of close to Cape Canaveral. So it's impressive to see how history is being written in front of your eyes.
Yeah, history. I believe it was the Artemis II mission that had the first Black astronaut to orbit the moon and the first woman to orbit the moon. So we continue to make history here with this Artemis mission.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Pablo de Leon, I really appreciate you making the time. We will continue to check in with you as the Artemis mission continues.
Excellent.
Its trek towards
Thank
the
you.
moon. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.